yeah.
Awesome.
Dang, Andrew, you've been there like for weeks. Any idea when you're getting back?
Yeah, end of this month, 28th, I'll be returning.
Oh, okay, so you're like halfway.
Yeah.
Have you tried a whole bunch of awesome food?
Yeah, also a whole bunch of shitty food.
Well, that's part of that trade-off.
Yeah, it's like 50-50. I don't know what I'm trying most of the time. I just like pick something hoping it's going to be good.
Alright, do we have any old business before we start? Anybody needing to level up?
I don't think so. I have XP, but I'm not sure what I want to spend it on yet, so I'm just saving it.
Okay. I guess in the meantime, does anyone want to sum up for us what happened?
Okay, so if I recall correctly, it's mostly just a retcon of what me and Callum did 4 weeks ago, where we met with Germanicus, and he reforged my sword, and I was like, alright, dog, yeah, I'll get your sword, I'm all about that, Fizz, let's go get that sword. And I was like, yo, but I am loyal to this dude who brought me back to life, and, hey, that's cool, like, I ain't no narc or anything, but, yeah, I ain't gonna go against him either. But I am all about killing this Mithras motherfucker. And he was like, yeah, alright, I'm cool with killing Mithras, but first I gotta go deal with this lady in the lake. And we're like, alright, let's go do that, get you a sword. And, that's, what I recall as it relates to me.
That is absolutely not what he said. If you recall, you were going north to meet with the White House. Germanicus was seeking to build an army.
Ah, shit, son, already fucked up, sorry.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be like his in to talk to them or something because they are like apparently from like a tribe that's like related to mine.
Oh, yeah, now I remember. Yeah, your tribe's like part dogs or something. Yeah, alright.
We don't know. We don't know that stuff for sure, right?
What stuff for sure?
Like, okay, so when we rolled like the occult, we had like, rumors that they could maybe turn into lycanthropes, and I was making the point that like, yeah, it's probably true considering like, hey, look at me, I do look what we've done. So they might actually be able to turn into animals. They might be shapeshifters.
That's right, yeah, you had made your occult check and realized that you had heard stories as a child of distant relatives of yours doing that. You had discounted it, but you have since changed.
So yeah, we set out, and I don't recall if we did anything after that. After we left, there was no, I do. Never mind. Holy shit. Yeah, that is kind of big. There was some sort of like attack on a village along the way. There were a bunch of dead people, some soldiers fighting a thing. It looks like a giant. Looked like a person who was slowly transforming into a big ass like fleshy worm. And we killed that thing. And it was pretty difficult. It like shrugged off most of our attacks. Now the only reason we probably even won to begin with was because of our Salubri warrior over here, like just paralyzing the motherfucker with pain.
That's right, you guys did end up fighting what was known as a bloodworm. And the last words to you after the encounter were from Germanicus, and he said to you that it was a bloodworm, an immortal given into his beastly nature. We left off there, and Britta also did something of some importance, didn't she?
Oh yeah, I got my first dude. I saved him with the blood. Did I pass that check?
Did you what?
Did I pass that check? Like, did he pop back up? I was extremely exhausted at that point.
No, there wasn't a check involved. You gave him blood, and it staved off his death. He is stabilized, but I'm.
Oh, well, tight. All right, then I'll just take him with me.
Okay, he hasn't woken up yet, so you may. Well, he hasn't woken.
I got put in the street.
All right. So from there, that's where we are. You are in a flaming village. Fire has spread throughout the village, and you'll need to pass through the fire to get on your way again. The bloodworm lies dead at your feet. Does anyone have anything?
I want one of these. Can you elaborate? What's to elaborate? Like, somebody made this. I want somebody. I want to do the same.
They aren't pets, Germanicus says, Steve.
I didn't say I wanted to pet it. I said I wanted one. You don't pet every dog you keep.
I mean, you don't? Then why keep it?
To hunt.
I reach down, take the bloodworm, and I hand it to Gaius. Now you have one.
The creature is surprisingly light, devoid of all of its blood. It's just a large, well, essentially lump of rent flesh.
I mean, it'd be cooler if I had control over an animated one, but this is nice. I appreciate it.
What's your blood count at, Gaia?
I think 5. That's what my sheet said.
Oh, okay. Roll a self-control for me. You are covered in its gore.
Alright.
DC of 6.
I think I had like 9 or something. I need to look at my sheet.
Successes? Okay, you were able to stave off the urge to drink some of this gore that has showered over you now. Okay, you have the corpse of a bloodworm in your hands. What do you...
I will just kind of sticks it in his bag if it's small enough. Is it small enough?
Dude, you
No,
should drape it around your
it's not
shoulders
a man.
like a fox.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. What she said. Like a trophy mantle thing.
Okay. Sure, you can do that.
Awesome.
It's going to lower your appearance by 2, but I'll give you 2 extra intimidate die while you're wearing.
That's fair.
But next bloodworm we find is not going to be so sassy.
What are your plans for the soldier? Germanicus says to you, Britta.
My plans are to train him, prepare him for battle, and then submit him to the general.
The general.
you I was sent here on a mission. It doesn't necessarily disagree with yours.
I'm going to check the village for survivors. Will anyone assist me?
Callum will go, but he's going with the intent to feed. I won't say that, but that's what I'm going to do.
Gaius is gonna have the same intention, just gonna carry himself a little bit differently, I guess.
Alright. Both of you go ahead and make perception alertness checks for me. DC of, let's say, honestly, no. Subject to reduction by, heightened senses, that kind of thing. Oh, Callum, you see in the dark, so for you it'll be
It'll be what?
7. You see in the dark.
Ouch.
Got 2.
Oh, I put him in the wrong channel. Whoops.
Alright, you find 2 survivors, a mother and a young child. She buried herself underneath of the dirt in the village, and so you are only able to spot her through a narrow opening where she's been breathing.
The mother or the child?
The mother is atop the child, so they are in the same hole, essentially.
That's clever.
I'll kind of kneel down as I approach, and I'm going to try talking to them, but I don't think they're going to understand me.
Okay. Germanicus doesn't appear to have spotted them, so you do have the run of them for the moment. And what was it you said you were doing? You were gonna just try to talk?
Yeah, just kneel down and just start talking to them low voice, hushed tones. I don't think they're going to understand me, but I'm going to try anyway, you know? I'm going to use, because I have lingua franca, but I'm going to try my home language first. That's kind of what I default to every time. And then like, ah shit, y'all don't know anything, so I have to like, bumble around through Latin.
Your language is, Pictish or Gaelic? Or did we ever...
It's like a proto kind of Gaelic. It's the Pict language before it actually became Gaelic, because Latin had a large influence on it and made it into Gaelic. So
Okay, so pre-Gaelic, I guess we'll say.
yeah, in the next couple of 100 years, it turns into Gaelic.
Okay, what do you say to them?
Just it's okay. It's okay. So you can come out now.
She seems to understand you somewhat, and she starts to reach her hand out of the hole.
I'm gonna take her hand and pull her out.
Okay, you're able to heft her out of the hole easily, and then there's the child underneath that lets out a deep sort of sigh, and then begins just sobbing uncontrollably.
I'll quickly glance around and see if this Germanicus fellow has noticed yet.
One. His attention is elsewhere.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of like as I pull this lady out, right? I lift her up real easily. I wanna kind of pull her to the side side where she's not in the view of the child, and I'm gonna like just bite down on her neck. Hopefully, I'm not gonna like actually give in and like murder her or anything.
Dang, dude, that's merciless. She just survived an attack.
Yeah, and while I've got her here, I'm gonna take advantage of the situation and take a point of blood or two if I can.
Okay, so you're going to go for the grapple?
Yeah, I wanna like pull her aside so that like, because you know they're in a hole, so like I want to make sure that this kid isn't seeing me do this.
Okay.
And she's also crying, so.
I mean, she is crying, and you're trying to pull her away from the child. I mean, the child's definitely going to see what's happening here. He's not going to leave
I
the
thought you
side.
said the kid was crying.
The kid is crying, and then you said the female is crying, and I'm like, I mean, well, yeah, I guess she would be in this circumstance.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull her, because I pulled her out of the hole, right? And the kid's still in there. And I'm hopefully trying to pull her away in such a way that like she's not in view of this kid. I'm not going to feed on her if the kid can see me.
Okay. The kid is going to be able to see you because when you pull her out of the dirt comes off of her. It was just kind of on top of them, loosely packed.
Oh, well then this isn't going to work. Okay, never mind. I'm trying to do this on the slide, you know? And so if that's not possible, then I'm not going to attempt to like just yank her aside. If I can ascertain that, then I'm just going to, you know, try and be consoling.
They had basically dug themselves like a shallow grave kind of thing and covered it with loosely packed earth. So they're just both covered in dirt. And yeah, the kid's able to see you. So you're going to try and console her. What do you...
That she's safe now. I'm just going to like, you know, hold her close and pat her on the back and just say, it's okay, you're safe now.
What happened, she says to you, and it's somewhat similar to your language, but languages have regional dialects, really, at this time, so it's the same kind of proto-language as yours, just like...
That's good enough, because I have the lingua franca and my own language being closer, that makes this a lot easier. So I'll just tell her. What is the equivalent? They don't have like. There's no like Christianized demons. So what would they call it? Just some kind of monster or something, right?
They had regional... They did have their own version of demons, but they were considered like foul earth spirits, kind of, is my understanding, but I admittedly haven't delved too much into their religions and their specific...
You know, that's a good way of putting it, so I'll say something like that. I'll tell her that it was an evil spirit.
Why it do this?
Evil.
Any others, she said.
I'll just kind of like look down and with like some measure of sadness, just say I don't know.
You help us?
I'm gonna gesture to the others who are like looking around, and just say, "Help us find more."
Okay. With that, she will take the child and nod strongly and start casting about the village as well, beginning. She is it's moving in the direction opposite of where Germanicus is searching.
I'm going to keep a close eye on them, watch them, making sure that they're always in my view, but continue to search. I want to make sure they're not because I feel like they're fragile. I look at them and I don't see, like myself. I don't relate to that anymore. I see them as like this fragile thing that like at any moment they could just die. So I'm like kind of like this protective, like watchful dog over them because like for me it's like, oh, this is food that we might need, and I'm not like I don't want to hurt them, but I might need them, and I don't want anyone else to hurt them either.
Okay. They pass behind a half-charred building, and you are now out of line of sight. Gaius and Yanish, what are you doing during this whole...
Gaius was there looking for food, so that's what he was probably.
Oh, I didn't see your roll. That's right. Hang on. Let me check.
Yeah, I think I failed that roll.
I'm looking for more of these demons.
Looking how? Just with your eyes?
Yeah, all three of them.
Okay, so are you using Auspex then, or perception?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception. Are you using heightened senses as well?
Yeah. Now, here's the question. Do I add my ranks in Auspex, or do I just...
When we're using heightened senses, you take your Auspex rank, and it reduces the difficulty of whatever sense roll is being used.
Okay.
So if the DC for everyone else is a 9, when you're applying Auspex, it's reduced by your...
Okay.
So if your rank is a 3, your DC is now a 6.
Okay, so what would my difficulty be at this point?
Do you have any kind of night vision?
I do not.
Okay, so are you using all of the heightened senses or just visual?
I mean, I can use all of them. I wasn't sure if it would... There's been some debate about whether or not Auspex uses all senses at once, or if you can single out a specific one.
I tend to err on allowing specific senses to be activated.
Alright, well then, I mean, I can use all senses if you'll allow it.
Yes, I do.
Cool.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception alertness. Difficulty is 9, reduced by your Auspex.
Okay, so it'd be 6. Yeah. Right. Has 4, possibly 5 successes.
Wrong channel, guys.
Oops.
It's okay. Well, you're pretty certain, looking about, that there are no other creatures around that are supernatural, at least. Now, go ahead and make an aura perception roll for me. I assume you're using aura perception?
Yes.
Okay, perception empathy. Difficulty is 8.
Alright. Let me pull up my sheet real fast. I think, because I gotta make sure my number is correct with my empathy. Oh. Okay, my perception alertness should have been... Oh no, that was the right number. I thought it was, I thought I had 7, but but I actually have I have 6. Okay. So for perception empathy, I have. Let's see. You said difficulty of 8.
That's correct, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this is reduced by your aspect rating as well, though.
Okay, so that would make it a 5.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That is going to be 3, possibly 4.
Looks like you did, you had 3, so then 1. 4, okay. Okay, so you are able to read auras currently. You do see the auras of, you can make them out, all of the auras of everyone present. And so what you're seeing are the auras of your teammates. Germanicus' aura far in the distance, off to your left. And then also you see vague hints of an aura passing behind a house where you believe Callum just passed. Are there any auras you're wanting to read, or is that sufficient?
Do I see the humans?
You saw two of those auras that were human auras that passed behind the house, and now you're just seeing the kind of coronas of some of them as they pass through holes in the wall where the building has been eaten away by.
Okay.
So you have an obscured view of some of their aura, yes, as they pass to and from.
Okay. And it's just, let's see, it's just us and the humans right now. If that's the case, then maybe I don't know, see if I can get a reading on the humans. See if I can learn a little more about them.
Okay. Are you going to focus on the child or the mother?
On the child.
Okay. You think the child's aura is going to be the smaller one that's been passing closer towards the windows as they pass about. And so, in that aura, you're able to see it is not a pale aura, and so it is definitely immortal. Let's see. Hold on, let me check this. Alright, the main color is going to be a deep silver radiating from the child, with mottled and shifting between dark blue, gray, and vibrant orange, streaks of orange coming off of it. So kind of a silvery gray blue with a corona of orange.
This is probably a good time to recommend that I took the colorblind feat flaw. Excuse me.
That's unfortunate.
No, I'm joking.
Okay, you got me good there.
Because it's like, there's colors around his aura. Yep. What do they mean? I have no idea.
Is that red? Is that brown?
Okay, I'll move on to the mother now.
Alright. Hers is somewhat similar, but there's also mixed in with the orange is an alternating pattern of kind of a light green and also the orange kind of shifts subtly into a sort of a brown, blending in with the green on the outside of the Corona. The inner is silver still, with kind of a mottled gray.
Yep, those are auras, alright. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can probably survey the area to see if there's any other survivors.
If there are, you are not able to see their auras. So go ahead and make a perception alertness for me again.
Got it.
Difficulty of 9 again.
Okay, so is my aspects low? Does this lower by my aspects?
Yes, it does.
Cool. So. Nope.
You are pretty certain that these are the only people present.
Those are some mighty fine holes they dug.
So, like I was saying before, I want to try and keep them in sight. So, like when they go around that building, briefly they might be out of my sight, but I'll try and like move into such a position that I'll see them. Like maybe moving around to be on the opposite side where they would be moving to. Does that make sense?
Not entirely, but I can just say that you're following them.
Well, no, I don't want to be behind them. What I'm saying is like, okay, like they're going around behind this building, so I will kind of go to a position where I kind of cut them off, sort of, but not like walking up to them. Does that make sense now?
Okay, you're gonna circle around their flank, kind of, and keep on the perimeter.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that moments like that are brief. Because, again, they're very fragile. They can die. Anything could just pop out and just kill them.
Yeah, sure could. What's your blood at again?
14.
Okay. Germanicus has taken to grabbing up some of the Romans' corpses, and he is throwing them on the impromptu fires that have sprung up, trying to create a path where you can basically step across the bodies and the flame will be sub.
That's smart.
He grabs a discarded gladius, you notice, from one of the Roman soldiers. And then he walks over to Greta and hands you back carved.
Thank you. So I put it back in the sheath. Is my number one woken up yet?
I mean, no, he's stabilized, but I mean, no, he's wounded.
Oh, well then in that case I start prepping him for travel, I guess.
Okay, how do you prepare him for travel?
Ollie, do you have crafts?
I'm sorry, do I have what?
Craft? On your sheet, crafting.
No, I do not, but I do have medicine 3 and some occult. And lots of intelligence. So hopefully I can put something.
Okay, well, if you want, I can make a sling or like one of those like carrying things where you strap a person down to it and you can drag them. It makes it easier than carrying.
Thank you. I would value that.
Miter or something like that, I think they're called.
here in this village, even though a lot of it's burned up, there's plenty of material for my traps. Like that, it wouldn't take super long, and it would only delay us slightly.
There's plenty of animal skin and cloth and burlap and the like around here that you can lash together pretty easily with some of the.
Exactly.
So go ahead and make I guess it'd be a dex craft. So go ahead and make a dex craft for me.
I don't have my blood buff anymore, do I?
I'm comfortable saying it's the same scene until you guys leave the.
Okay.
Go ahead and make a dex craft. Let's say a DC of 7, just using these improvised.
Damn, that's the shittiest roll I've gotten yet. But I still have 2 successes.
Wowee, that's a lot of ones. Okay, 2 successes. You are able to lash together after quite a bit of trying, honestly. You start off a little bit, and then you use what you think is some stable wood, and then it snaps. Turns out it was petrified on the other side by being exposed to the flame. But you grab some replacement wood, and you are able to fashion a serviceable miter to carry this.
And this guy's gonna be coming back. It seems like as a ghoul, right? He didn't pass beyond like I did.
Your character has not been educated on these matters. But yes, mechanically, he did not die.
Okay, so like his heart's still beating, so he's still probably gonna be kind of scared when he wakes up. I should probably bundle him, you know, kind of swaddle him, and I'll do that before I put him on the miter.
Okay, so you're just going to bind him up. It's easy enough to grab some rope. There's a clothesline nearby that you can take.
Okay, I'm not doing it to the point where it would hurt him, but it's just so when he wakes up, he doesn't hurt himself. I still have my 7 strength and allowed to keep my blood buff, so it's not a problem for me to be extra gentle. I also have Dex 5, so I'm being very, very gentle where I set him carefully in there and wrap him.
Well, he would have to be like tied down on it, for sure, to be able to move it.
Yeah, I want to make sure he doesn't fall off, but I want to make sure, like, also independently he's not, you know, waking up and going all crazy and flipping it.
Alright, give me either a dex medicine or a dex survival. So I guess I'd also take legerdemain if you have that for some reason. It's easier on, I'm going to say a survival, but you can do it with medical knowledge. It'll just be a 7 if you use medicine instead. Alright, looks like 2. Okay, you're using survival, difficulty is a 6. So, it looks like you've got 2 successes. Alright, that's enough to tie him down, and you're relatively sure that he won't be able to break free of these binds when he wakes up. At least not right away.
Okay, thanks.
The path is clear, Germanicus yells above the... He's put out the fire with the roasting bodies of his comrades.
It's gross. One thing I want to be sure to tell you is that as we're like searching for people, not finding any other people, and you know, putting together that thing for her, I want to grab like a weapon. I don't really need it, but I want the appearance of, like, I can use it. I'm skilled with it, and I want the appearance of being armed.
Probably wise for reasons you don't know yet. Go ahead and there's an abundance of discarded weaponry. There were at least 7 gladiators.
Can I take one of those, and, like, are there, like, spears or anything?
They have throwing pylons, yes. There are, looks like only 3 of those had throwing pylons, but they have 2 apiece.
Okay, can I take a gladius and 2 of those, throwing things?
Pylons? Sure.
Are they in like a leather satchel? Like, how do they come? Are they carry both of them? Like, what's the...
Pylons? My understanding is they would generally either carry them on the inside of their shield or lashed to their backs until they were ready to be deployed. They were long-range weapons, not intended for use once combat has been joined. They were intended to be thrown to soften up an opponent before you ever engage.
Okay, then I'll probably just lash them to my back, like they would do.
Okay, and you have a scabbard for the sword, or are you just going to take one of theirs?
Yeah, I'll take one of theirs. I don't have anything for it, so whatever they have to carry that's what I'll take.
Okay. Anything else you're going to do with these bodies?
Nope.
Alright, so are you all gathering up to leave, or is everyone still doing stuff?
I'm gonna see if I can scrounge up some armor piece and weapons and such.
Oh, easily. All of the Roman soldiers were wearing Type 3 armor, the standard Roman lamellar that you're used to wearing. Additionally, there's probably some possessions along the village, although this was a Celtic peasantry kind of village, so these are mostly subsistence farmers and hunters. There's probably not a huge store of wealth here.
You say hunters, so does that mean they have bows?
Yeah, wanted to search through here, you could probably find...
I will do that.
Okay, just make a perception alertness for me. Just say difficulty up to like 5.
Is that with my aspects?
No, that's before. Oh, actually, it's dark out, so yeah, let's do a difficulty of 7.
Okay.
But for you, I guess it's a 4.
At a certain point, do you say there's a difficulty that's so low you don't even have to bother to roll it?
Yes.
Because 4 is...
There are actually rules on that. Andrew, what are the rules on that?
It's like whenever there's no stress in the situation for the character, and you have more dice than the difficulty. So, like, if it's a situation where it's like, yeah, you can take your time with this, then there's no point in rolling.
Okay, so situation like this one maybe, but you've already rolled 6 successes, so it doesn't really matter. Yes, you are able to spot a number of bows throughout the village. Let's see, just kind of taking a quick survey of the area, you note at least 4 locations where there are bows that have either fallen to the ground or being carried by a sentry in one case. Another one is hung up in what remains of a family's wall.
I'll also look for arrows.
I'm willing to... They have arrows.
Perfect.
I'm going to say all of them had 10 arrows, just to make it easy.
Nice. And that's what I'm doing.
Okay, I believe they did not have longbows at this point in time, and so these are just going to be short bows. I don't think they even had compound.
Yeah, no, it's just normal, like, short bows right now.
Maybe recurves, but
I want to say the recurves weren't even until the Mongol. doing with this armor? How much armor are you taking?
I'm amassing effectively what would give me adequate protection. You know, helmet, shoulders, chest, knees.
Oh, you just want to don a set for yourself? Okay,
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, it's type 3 armor. It provides 3 armor against any kind of attack, and I believe it lowers your dexterity by 1.
Okay.
Were you not already wearing some?
I was, but earlier in the game, but I scrapped it to hide myself when we were at the outpost, and I was kind of like running around in a tunic, but now, yeah.
Okay. Alright, anything else?
Nope, that's it for me.
Yes. I want her. Yes. I have prepared my person for travel, and I have approached Germanicus wherever he's standing, and I'm standing at the ready to go, carrying my trainee.
Here, let me help you with that, he says, as he picks up one end of the miter to lift it over the, well, small wall of bodies.
Thank you, Germanicus.
Alright, he lifts with you and escorts you over the mound of bodies, taking care that neither of you slips and falls into the fire on the other side.
Very thoughtful.
Anybody else?
I would like to go up to the two that I have essentially rescued, and try to explain a little bit to them what we are doing.
I find no one, she says to you.
Shame. We leave, we travel north. You may come.
I have my family this way, she points, the direction. It looks to be southeast.
We go north.
I must, to my family, she points at the child. Thank you much for your help.
I'm gonna walk over to one of those, like, Roman bodies, draw a blade, and hand it to her.
She takes it and nods grimly.
I'm gonna say to her, be safe. There are wolves.
And you as well. For there are monsters. You try hard to suppress a laugh.
Yeah. Once, like, they leave, I want to do another thing where I want to try and use animalism again. So, once they're...
She does say one more thing as she crosses over the bodies and turns toward the case. Who are you? She points at you.
I paused for a moment. I'm thinking about it because I don't feel like...
Tarzan.
No. I don't feel like... I'm not the same person anymore. And this is like a thing where, you know, a lot of vampires where they just take up a whole new name, you know, especially during this time.
My name's Tristan. And I'll give you a second to think about your transition.
Oh, sorry, I was in another tab at night. You couldn't... The browser version of this only works when I'm in this tab. For some reason. It doesn't recognize that I'm hidden deep.
That's awful. Sorry.
So, I tell her max tier.
Mechtier?
Max tier, which is Gaelic it's Gaelic for wolf. I am a wolf.
She nods, and with tears in her eyes says, "Blessings be, Mechtier," and turns and begins to stride down the road.
Dude, Callum, that's a pretty dope name.
I'm gonna wait until they're well out of range, right? And we have kind of sort of gone on our way. And I want to
Okay. So I guess everyone else goes ahead and crosses over the bodies, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, Gaius, are you done with this area? You weren't, unfortunately, able to find anyone else that you could feed upon. That said, there were Roman corpses there. You could... I mean, a lot of them were exsanguinated, but...
Nah, he's not about
Okay, so everyone crosses over then. You guys start heading down on the road to the north. And Callum, go ahead and make your roll. What are you doing? You're just gonna...
yeah, I'm gonna howl and use animalism to call all the wolves in the area to me. Wolves specifically.
Okay, roll it. It is charisma survival. DC 6.
I had to look it up, sorry. On my sheet. Got 3.
Okay. Calling all the wolves, and I guess it's any earshot. So.
Yeah, and I'm just like out loud, like loudly howling. And you know, I have animalism. I sound like a wolf.
Okay. Immediately, 6 wolves on different areas of the 180-degree cone you're looking in right now pop up along both the horizon and out of a line of trees. And they begin striding toward you confidently.
Okay. I'll just kind of wait. As the others are probably like, what the hell?
Actually, Germanicus turns around and says, "Why do you call beasts to us?"
I wish to send the guard for that woman and child.
Your guard will likely turn on them. The second
Not
your
if I
influence
command
is
them
faded.
not. They will listen to me.
You do seem much closer to the beasts, and not necessarily for the better. I saw how you fought. You know, we needn't be beasts. We can be men again, but you have to will it so. We must act as men if we are to break this curse. Make no mistake, a monster dwells within the heart of us all, willing to make waiting to make supplicants of us. The
Do
beast
you not
must be
crave
brought
their
to
flesh
heel.
as I do?
I did. But I have learned to control my cravings.
This dude is like so freaking inspiring. God damn it.
You would do well next. Go ahead.
Callum is kind of like irritable at him, like preaching at him, you know? But he's listening. Because he kind of wants to believe
the more we become beasts. The end of which is that creature. He jerks a finger over towards the bloodworm that Gaius is proud.
Oh my god. Are you like drinking its flesh? That's so gross, man.
He's wearing it like a minx, is what he told me.
You're so nasty.
You would do well to keep your claws sheathed next time. Here. He grabs a spare gladius that he had taken up.
Oh no, I have one, remember?
Oh, okay, never mind. He doesn't do that. He just gestures towards your... Well, you've called them. The wolves are now around. Do as you will. He looks upon you.
Okay, I'm gonna use Animalism 1 and attempt to get them to do what I want. Now, I'm gonna be like using yips and barks and growls and stuff to try and convey my my intention to them.
Okay. Let's see. That is wild. These are predatory mammals, and you are commanding them to... Alright, DC 5. What are you commanding them to do specifically?
That they will go and find this human woman and child. They will follow them, and they will not harm them, and they will protect them from other beasts.
Okay, that's a manipulation animal can. Oh, you're using animal sounds too, so that actually lowers the DC further. So that
I'm going to use a point of willpower. So a total of 6 successes. They will go to them,
okay.
they will follow them, and they will protect them from other beasts, and they will not attack them.
They howl their assurances in response. In their language, they are saying, "As you will, master," and they immediately begin down the road at all.
Good. Turn to the others. It is done.
Let's hope your command over them holds.
Otherwise, you've just handed our meal to the dogs. I have humanity 3. Sorry, y'all. That's who I am.
Do I have a measure?
Go ahead.
Do we get a measure of like how successful our powers are? Like, do we understand? Like, oh, I got 6 successes there. Do I understand like that I have basically done as it says that my commands will hold indefinitely?
For the most part, with few exceptions, yes, you're aware of how exceptional your successes are, and I try my best to narrate the degree of success. For example, the fact that they snapped to attention and called you master is supposed to be indicative of the fact that this command has taken a great deal of hold. But yes, if I don't ever narrate it, for the most part, I'm trying to think of what situations you wouldn't have that measure. For the most part, you are aware of how successful you are.
Wait, so these dogs might serve this woman and her kid for their whole life? That's kind of dope.
Yeah, indefinite loyalty. So, like, they will obey those commands. But, like, as long as it doesn't interfere with their own nature, you know, like, if this woman and this child go to a human village, they're not gonna, like, go wandering into the human village willy-nilly, but they might hang out at this place for the rest of their lives, nearby in the woods, protecting them.
Aww, that's kind of sweet.
You know, I once had a similar inclination
nature gave you, I should say. Sorry.
I have never had any problems assuming a command. Before I was like this, and after I was him. I assure you, my command took. I suppose it doesn't matter. It's done, and our task lies ahead. Alright, so you begin going further north. The sun is going to come up pretty soon, so your guys are going to have to make camp. So you guys going to do anything? You've got probably around 2 hours before the sun.
Do you guys want to make ground, or do you want to stay like near the village so you can use like whatever tools we have here so that you can have shelter? What do you guys want to do? Because Callum isn't really worried about it.
Well, my biggest concern is I have someone I have to keep down during the day, and I don't have a way to keep an eye on him and make sure he's all right during the daytime. Is there any way we could reach somewhere where we could have someone keep an eye on him during the day, or will we just have to hope?
I mean, who would you have watching during the day?
Well, if we were near a functional city, I would just go to an inn.
I mean,
We left the nearest city. Everything's
Yeah.
going to be villages.
Iska was really the nearest city. Let's see, how far out did you guys go from Iska?
It was a few hours at least.
Yeah, it was a few hours of travel, but it wasn't more than a day, because I'm marking the days in here. So, you probably couldn't get there tonight before the sun came up, unless you were to use some sort of magical, or rather disciplined means of travel. But you could make the trek back probably in 4 hours total.
Yeah, that's alright. Alright, so here's the thing. We need to make sure this guy isn't going to get eaten by wolves during the day. How can we set this up?
I mean, the wolves aren't going to come near you.
Okay, but the sun will burn me, so I need to be under the ground.
But like I said, wolves will generally avoid fire because they generally hide from humans. I don't know if I would know that.
Oh, well, you certainly would. I mean, you were a Roman soldier. You've made camps before.
So yeah, you just keep fire up and keep the wolves.
Any fire we can start isn't going to last very long. If you really want to do this, like if you're really concerned about like this guy getting eaten by wolves, let's just stay near the village.
Yeah, I'm fine with resting near the village here, and we'll just have to leave a note. I need a Roman to... Actually, I think I can write in Roman. I'll leave him a note, and I will unbind his arms, so if he wakes and wishes to get up, he can do so.
Do you have literacy, and do you speak Latin?
I could write the note for her.
That would also work. So long as you are literate and have Latin.
My dad's character does not have literacy. I forgot. Yeah, they're verbal only. I have lingua franca and multilingual, but yeah, I speak Latin, so I can still dictate the message.
Who is literate? Does someone here have literacy?
Oh, it's a skill you actually need? No.
It's a merit.
Yeah, I don't have that there. Unfortunate.
Sounds like we're going with the Callum method. You can draw me a picture.
Germanicus, are you able to write in the Roman fashion?
Of course, how else would I have been able to dictate orders?
Can you write a note for my young recruit?
Yes, this one. Is he alive? He starts feeling around for his breath.
Yes. But he's in a chrysalis, if you will. He's recovering. He should be well enough in a few days, but his body needs time to recover. If he awakens, I don't want him to think he's being kept as some meal for a spider. I want him to understand I'll be protecting him. He just needs to rest. I'll leave him with some water or something.
Are you keeping him as a meal?
No, I'm keeping him as a trainer. His bravery was admirable. He'll be a strong and valiant soldier for our battle against Mithras.
Very well. I'll dictate your message. What would you have me say?
I'm basically going to dictate to him that, you need to stay where you are. Or if Alright, I don't know that I'm called the Armain, and I don't know about the Valkyries, right?
The word Valkyrie isn't even really in existence yet, and you don't have the name for your clan because you are its progenitor.
Okay, so I'm just making sure. So then in that case, I will say, you're being taken care of by the goddess of the dark. I shall rise with the moon to train you, to help you grow. In the daytime, you are to rest. Your bravery has brought you this second life, and it shall continue on, stronger than you've ever known. Stay close and rest. I am open to critiques.
Very well. Just a moment. Germanicus heads back towards the village and grabs a piece of burlap. And then, coming back to you with this burlap, uses his gladius to prick his own finger and begins writing the message in blue.
Oh, I shouldn't have been so long-winded.
Yeah, he seems a little miffed as he pricks his finger multiple times.
I thought he had some ink on him. He's a Roman. Don't they, like, bleed paper?
Scribes do. Do you see a scribe?
He said he had to issue orders and shit.
When he was alive 100 years ago.
Whatever.
But he's doing it. That's what matters.
Alright, and in that time, I'm going to go get some water and some food and set it there for the young man.
Set it where? Are you guys scouting a camp spot? What are you doing here? Staying at the village?
My understanding is we're staying adjacent to the village, and I'll dig myself a hole like before and put a piece of wood over me. But he'll be on the Mighton, but I'm going to have water and food there, since there's plenty of homes nearby. That way, if he awakens, he can eat it and rest.
You found his arms, though, haven't you?
I said before I was going to loosen his arms for the daytime, just in case he needs to get away or he needs to feed himself or something. If he doesn't wake, then I'll just retie that top knot and put the food in the bag, and we'll keep going.
Okay. So is everyone just going to attempt to bury themselves in...
Why not?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any money, I don't think, so I guess it's gonna go in the dirt.
Alright, everyone had previously taken with them a pack, which has a trench shovel in it, or rather a latrine shovel, in case you had to dig one as a Roman soldier. So go ahead and make...
Oh wait, yeah, they also had tents. I put up a tent, and then I'm actually going to lay underneath it. But yeah, so he'll be in the tent above me, so he'll actually be pretty well protected. I forgot about that. Thank you.
Okay. Britta sets out a tent and puts her person, her soldier, whatever, in it. After digging a trench underneath of it, go ahead and... We'll just do intelligence survival check. Do a difficulty of 5.
Can discerning for intelligence?
Yes, yeah. Alright, we have enough successes amongst the group, but if you want to roll individually, you still can. You are all able to scout out good enough sites, given the angle of the trees, etc. Good positioning for your holes in the earth. Is everyone taking a separate hole, or is this going to be a group hole?
Group hole.
Okay, everyone can just pile in under Britta's tent.
The
You're all
phrase
able.
is mass grave, I believe.
Okay, mass grave. You're all able to fit under there, except Callum. Are you going to earth meld on your own? He's tapped out, I think. Callum. I'm just going to presume the earth meld. Alright, we passed the evening, and through the day, you all wake up. In reverse humanity order, I believe that puts Yanish first, correct? Or is it
Yep.
Gaia?
I have 7 humanity.
Okay. Gaius, when you rise... What's that?
My humanity's 5.
Okay. Yanish, when you rise, Germanicus is already... He stands outside the tent above you. Just you then, he says.
It seems that way.
Alright.
I disconnected.
Oh, okay. The only thing I had to say was, I presume you were going to earth meld yours?
Yeah, after they all get so, what we had previously discussed is they're gonna dig their holes. They're gonna like bury themselves as best they can. I'll help cover them up because I don't need to dig myself a hole. So to help them out, I'll help make sure they're covered up before earth melting.
Okay. Go ahead and spend your blood for earth melding. Everyone rests the night successfully. You wake the next evening, and Germanicus was up first. Yanish just... And unless Yanish has anything he wants to do, we'll wake in order of reverse humanity again. Next up will be Gaius in about 15 minutes. Then comes you and Britta, I think.
Actually, yeah, I do want to do something.
Okay, what do you want to do?
I want to find out why, like... I want to ask him why he's up before me and why we always wake up in a specific order.
From my understanding, the closer one is to one's own humanity, the easier it is to wake. The more you act like a man, in short, the more you remain a man. And the easier it is to be awake during the day, and the easier it is to rise in the evening.
What is this affliction?
This immortality,
Yes. What is it?
in a word, you're undead. Not entirely dead, but dead enough. Dead enough that your own humanity has begun to seep away from you. It can't be helped, really, living as long as we do. I've lived long enough to outlive even my own family. You will too, you know. The longer you stay here, on this court. He seems sad and somewhat dejected.
How long have you been around?
How long? Let's see. When last I checked the calendar, it would be around perhaps a century since I was last awake. Prior to that, I was in this state for 20 years.
You have not fallen to the. You have not fallen to the Satan's grasp.
Satan. No, I've not fallen. No, this immortality, this power, I don't want it anymore. I didn't really want it to begin with. But my men, my friends, they were dying by the score, and every morning I would rise again to count the dead, to see how many of them I would never see again. And so, I seized the power to save them when Wotan offered it. And save them I did. But I outlived them all, you see. My wife, children. I lived too long, and now I'll never see them again. There's no afterlife for the cursed like us, see? Caliburn. She's told me so. He stares into the distance. Gaius, you are awake.
He just kind of like yawns loud and obnoxiously. Looks around.
Hand in his pants.
And, no. Kind of scratches his stomach though.
Your yawn startles Germanicus from his reverie. Oh. You still wearing that? He gestures to the blood.
What's the matter? You don't like it?
I don't like the implication of you wearing it,
What is that implication?
that you desire to be like it, to look like it.
Rubbish. Does wearing a trophy mean you want to look like a wolf?
Not necessarily, but a wolf is not nearly as grotesque. Yet you seem to revel in its grotesqueness.
Grotesque is a matter of opinion.
And I have stated mine, soldier.
Germanicus, let's look in the sky together. We're gonna count the amount of fucks I give. One.
2 billion.
That was nice.
Well, I'll not try to convince you of... I'll not try to convince one so crass of humanity's... But you will see my way in time. You will all see. Next I think is Callum. You're...
Okay.
Rise from the earth.
What is your humanity, Callum?
I think it's 5. I have to look.
Right on.
Unless Callum has anything he wants to do, we'll skip to Brett.
Nothing in particular.
Okay.
Spend a blood point for rising.
Yeah, make sure everyone spends a point of blood for rising.
Okay.
Okay, I was wrong. I'm at a 4, Holly.
Alright, tight.
Holly still has 3.
I was just curious which way your character was going.
Alright. So, Germanicus, gathers you all together. Is everyone prepared to leave?
Did my recruit awaken during the day, or is he still slumbering?
He still sleeps, but it looks like he's eaten the food, and the note is nowhere to be, well, it's nowhere.
Okay. I brush his hair gently out of his face, and then I carefully tie him back up and pick up the Mighton and start my evening. I have Potence 3 and Strength 3, so it shouldn't really be a big deal.
Yeah, I'm not going to make you roll it. I mean, you can drag him with a rope.
Okay. Alright, so there we go.
All right. If everyone's prepared, you begin to travel, and you travel for 2 more nights northward. Everyone go ahead and spend.
Is there any point during the traveling when that guy is conscious?
I'm going to say sure.
And also, do we catch any wild blood? Because I'm getting real hungry here.
If you would like to hunt, you can go ahead and make a hunting roll, 1 per night. You're just hunting wild game?
Yeah, remind me what the roll is, please.
Depends on how you're choosing to hunt.
With a
But,
bow.
Dex stealth. I'm sorry, dex survival, not dex stealth.
I have Spiritist, so I'll use it to give myself -2 on the difficulty.
Did I get anything for using obfuscate first? Then hunting.
If you're going to use obfuscate, I would say it's a different roll entirely. It'd probably just be a perception survival. Because for you, you really just need to find the animal, and then you can kind of just walk up and do.
Fair. Okay.
Okay, with 1 success, I'll say that you were able to score a bird 1 night. Well, no, let's say 1 night roll. Let's say 3 birds.
Okay.
So that just gives you 2. With the obfuscate, go ahead and make your roll.
Half a blood point.
Yeah, they were half a blood. Okay, 4 birds for ease of sake. The 2 blood points. Did you roll already, Gaia?
Yeah. I think I got 2 8s.
Okay, you are able to find a deer that has not noticed you.
Yeah, I think he's gonna go for it.
You walk up to it and bite it. Deer are worth, I forget how much, I want to say 5?
They should be worth quite a lot. I think they're like 4 points, maybe 5.
Alright, so let's go with the deer for 5 points, and then Britta hunts up a boar on the second night. That's another 5 points.
By the way, I'd like to save some of the boar meat for my minion. My recruit.
That's a good plan to, like, slaughter it and... Yeah.
I mean, I'm already draining it of the blood, right? Like, might as well.
Yeah,
Good
okay.
to feed your pets.
Alright, fair enough. Anybody else hunting?
I'm gonna try and make this easy. Okay? I'm going to call the food to us.
That's fucked up.
So, one night that somebody caught a deer, and then another night somebody caught a boar. So what if I can just there's boars around here? Well, where there's one, there's more. So I'm gonna call them.
Okay, what are you calling?
Well, can I do one on each night? A call each night.
Yes, you can. What are you calling each night?
So when she successfully hunts down a boar, I want to do that. Call boars, because where there's one, there's usually more of them. There's usually like a whole family.
Okay, make it. I think the roll is going to be a charisma survival. It'll be a DC 6.
Holy shit!
Well, actually, it's going to be 7 because you have no icon.
Yeah, well, I have 6 successes.
Okay, so I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, you are able to call... Oh no, just calling them doesn't have a difficulty modifier. I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong power. Okay, so just DC 6, you have 6 successes. Okay, all the boars respond. Yes, what happens is a veritable stampede of boars coming towards you. It stops just short. They're squealing and making a tremendous amount of noise. They seem quite aggressive. These are wild boars, known for slaying kings while they were out hunting.
Yeah, and then I have a feeding frenzy. Not a literal frenzy, but, you know, they're probably gonna all die, and if you want me to roll through, like, combat with boars, I can, but it shouldn't be that hard for me to just shrug off their attacks with poison.
No, it's fine. We can do that. Let's say this is about 10 boars in earshot. I'll go with that. But the moment you seize upon one of them, the rest of them are going to...
Yeah, well, I mean, this is where, in a place where the rest of these people are, you know, the rest of the vampires, so they have a chance to, like, grab one if they can.
Okay, that's fine. Alright, so you pounce upon a boar. It's going to be worth 5 blood. And then who else wants to get them some...
Sure, why not?
Fair enough. Why not?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not full yet.
Alright, anybody trying to grab a fleeing boar is going to need to make a Dex athletics check.
Okay, so as soon as I attack, then the rest of them flee, and they have to, like, jump on them. I don't have to roll the dex
Right.
athletics.
No.
Alright, I tried, guys. I got you food.
Mine got away.
You said it was dexterity, athletic.
Yeah, Dex athletics, DC of 7.
I'm gonna shoot a bitch.
Okay, then that'll be a Dex archery. You hit, I'm willing to call it a kill.
You have to have a really good shot to do it.
I got 1 success.
That's enough. You're able to grab the boar and sink your fangs into it, which causes it to stop running.
I
You said that was how many points?
got one.
You got 2. 10 counts 2.
Yeah, he's got a 1 in there too, is the thing.
Oh, I see it.
Okay, you land a shot with 1 success. Go ahead and roll damage.
What's damage with a bow?
I think it's like 2 lethal. It's
Yeah.
not long though. Those are 3 lethal. You add successes on top of that. So, but you only had 1, so you don't get anything bonus.
So it's 2 dice or 3?
Closer a thing into like Joan of Arc.
I think it's like 900 AD around there when they were invented. The most damaging bow is like around 900s.
Alright, you don't drop it in a single shot, but you do cause it to bleed, leaving a trail of blood you're able to follow.
Yeah,
you were
sure.
able to seize upon it there for simplicities. You only get 4 blood from this one.
I wonder why.
It's almost like he was bleeding.
This one,
Alright.
I'm gonna return this. This one was already opened. So,
Alright, so you all do that, and then the second night you want to use animals.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it again. It'll be a similar tactic, this time with the deer, since that's what was caught.
Okay. Roll it. DC 6. Charisma survive.
How many points did we get from the boar?
Everyone who got a boar gets 5 points, except for Yanish, who gets 4 because he bled his out a little.
Okay. Okay, this time I only have 2 successes.
Okay, 2 successes. It's 1/4 of the animals. Okay, so let's say another 2 deer.
Okay. I'm gonna eat one and
Walk up to you and you immediately latch onto one of them before I
yeah, I'm
finish
gonna eat
thinking.
one and like the other one if somebody like wants to have the opportunity to try to kill it. Hey look, this is a valid tactic for gangrel. This is what they do. They call
I
their food
absolutely bite the other one, dude. I'm not even waiting. Like, I see you sink your teeth and I'm on the other, like quick.
I mean, okay. Anybody else trying to jump in on this?
Gangrel are predators and the prey come to us. They know
Adam
when
doesn't
they're
share
prey.
food. He's roaming.
How much did I get from a deer?
I
Okay,
got 5 successes on this deer.
who all is feeding on these deer?
Me and Brenna, I guess.
Okay, you each get 2 blood of...
Wait, that's it? I got, but like, that's a lot less than like a bird.
Well,
Yeah,
you're
you
sharing
like
it.
earlier. Or 4.
I thought he said there were 2 deer.
One of which Callum is biting in.
Yeah, and the other of which I'm biting.
Right.
So,
So Callum can take 5 from his, you get 2 from yours because you are sharing it with Gaius. If you nick
I didn't
like
take any.
the other one,
No, it's just Brenna.
yeah, I
What?
thought it was just me. I didn't see anyone else roll to bite the deer.
Yeah, I didn't roll to bite the deer.
I thought you said you were biting it.
on it.
Okay. Okay, then who went? Okay, if there's only 2 people feeding, then each of you get 5.
Cool. And not to get too hung up on this whole feeding thing, but I have one more thing I want to do during in this travel time. Okay.
Okay?
I would like to, like, I don't want to completely waste the animal meat or anything, and I have the skill to, skin and you know, dress the animal, gut it, carve it up, take the meat with us, because somebody in wherever we're going will want to buy this meat in skins.
Okay. What's your craft skill?
I have 3 dots.
And what's your survival?
I think it's either 2 or 3.
Okay. I'm just gonna say you don't need to roll it, you're able to skin and gut these.
Okay, yeah, it's 3.
Okay, you're able to do that. You have skins and meat.
And I'm going to keep some of the meat too. I know we can't like take all of it a lot, but because we don't have any like kind of containers or anything. But like I'll wrap it up, give them the skin, and bring it with us. And so it's only 2 days, so the meat should be mostly good when we get there. The skin and everything.
Okay. Additionally, it is winter, and so there are sporadic snows and that kind of thing, and the temperature is quite cold. So yes, it should keep for a little.
Okay, so we'll bring it with us, and maybe I'll be able to
before we advance these 2 days?
I'm sorry, but you said my dude was gonna wake up. Or is he waking up at the conclusion of the 3 days? That's fine too. I just don't want to miss my chance to greet.
Let's just say with all this hunting and stuff, he'll wake up at the end of it. Alright, so you travel for 2 more nights. Germanicus seems to have some insight into the Roman patrol routes, for he leads you along dirt roads winding through the forest, and the travel is without it. Callum and Britta, you do notice that the animals of the forest, once so plentiful, flee at the nearest sight of you, except for when Callum calls. Eventually, towards midnight, Germanicus stops short, holding up a hand to advise you to do the same. With that same hand, he motions forward and gestures to the front of a tree just off the side of the path. Looking that way, you see deep furrows in the bark, in the shape of a paw, but much larger than that even of a bear.
I'm gonna use Eyes of the Beast, like, to get a better look.
Guess I'm gonna turn on like Auspex. That would do
Okay.
it.
With your enhanced senses, you don't notice anything different than what I've described. As your eyes flare red, however, Germanicus again seems to grimace, and he gestures to the skin you're wearing. He takes it by the paw and silently walks over to the tree. He lines the paw up with the furrows, and the size is a near match. He whispers low to you in Latin. These wounds in the tree, they mark the territory of the wolfkin. You would do well to doff that skin. I haven't seen a lycanthrope quite as malevolent looking as this one, but it can easily be mistaken for the genuine article. Diplomacy is difficult when you are wearing the skins of those you would parley with. The last bit is almost growled at you.
Where am I to put it?
Away. I don't care.
Okay, Callum is going to shrug. I'm going to walk a bit of a ways away, and I'm going to start digging a hole, and I'm going to put it in a hole.
Okay, just a reminder, you guys do have Roman, traveling paths.
Oh, we do?
You all took one.
It will fit in there?
I mean, it's just a skin, so you can roll it up.
Okay, I'll do that. Never mind, I was thinking I was going to have to, leave it and come back for it. Because I want to keep it, but if it can fit inside with, the traveling pack, that's good enough then.
Yeah, there won't be terribly much room for much else in there, but then again, you don't need terribly much.
Yeah, I'm carrying the skins with the meat.
The dirt path you were following disappears into a thick line of trees with roots the size of your femur jutting out towards you like a line of spears, as if the land itself warns you. Germanicus walks forward another brief stint and you follow, until you hear a howl very near to you. That howl was then echoed farther away up the path.
I
What do you
understand
do?
the howls.
You do not.
I will say to the others, these beasts that howl, they are not wolves. They're something else.
I make sure I have my recruit close to the center of the group, and I look to see if he's awoken.
He is not awake, but the hair on the back of his neck is standing on end.
My eyes of the beast are going to be on for all of this because I want to be able to see.
Okay.
probably go and instinctively have obfuscate on as well. What else, man?
Alright. You hear another piercing howl, this one followed by a low growl mere yards away. The animal inside you reflexively moves your hands to your blade. The Dramaticus holds a single hand high, silently signaling you to hold fast.
Are we just standing here waiting?
Unless you choose to do otherwise.
If he's just having us stand here and this is what he thinks is the best course, then I guess that's what we're gonna do.
As doesn't move, he just stays hidden.
Okay. Those of you that speak Gaelic hear a single word growled through rows of mangled jackets. And Gaius, in an instant, he's upon you. A burly, scar mass of muscle and sinew, standing 10 feet tall on two legs. More wolf than man, he brings an enormous clawed hand down towards your shoulder with murderous intent. What do you do? Okay, roll a dex dodge.
It's athletics.
Oh, yeah, sorry, athletics.
Do I get anything for having the cat-like balance merit? Since you have that.
Yeah, it gives you an additional dice.
The merit can't like balance.
Wait, that's a merit? I thought that was a specialization.
It's a merit.
Oh, well then, I gotta look it up. Hold on, cat-like balance. What kind of merit is that? Physical?
I think maybe it's in the
Okay, let me grab it real quick. I don't suppose you have a page number on there.
I don't think so. Hold on. No, hold on. Let me find. I'm gonna see if I can. Don't worry about it. We'll just go with the normal one, the normal roll, and we'll worry about it.
Nope, I found it. Cat-like balance, 1 point. Innately perfect sense of balance. Character with a merit reduced difficulties of all balance-related rolls. Dexterity plus athletics to walk along a narrow ledge by 2. So no, in this case it wouldn't.
Alright.
Okay, so anyways, it'll be a dexterity athletics difficulty of 6.
Ouch. But I think I still got it by 1.
Well, that's just going to reduce his successes when he attacks you.
Alright.
Alright, you dodge, but it isn't really enough. He completes his swing, bringing the claw in an arc, just creasing your shoulder. Moments later, you feel as if an enormous weight has been lifted. Looking at your feet, the tiny red-haired man lay dead, his entrails slashed open and sparkling with fairy fire in the moonlight. as they melt into the earth. The time you realize what you're looking at, the form has disappeared completely. You have the haunted flaw, don't you?
I do.
Right, it's suppressed for now, but don't remove it from your character sheet. Just put a star next.
Alright.
What the fuck? He killed your leprechaun, bro.
That's dope.
Germanicus turns to him. Hold, Wolfkin. I seek to parley with one of your kind, as I did once before long ago. Does Caedlin still stalk these lands? He can yet vouch for my honorable intent. The lichen glowers at you dubiously, shrinking and melting down into the form of a naked man, his voluminous silvered-haired body hair caked with dirt, mud, and dried. How you know that name, tainted Caedlin, my grandfather? I am Cadwin. Caedlin, dead many seasons. Who are you? At this, Germanicus flinches.
Do I know that name?
What?
I want to know that.
Which one, Caedlin or Cad?
Either.
I'm gonna check to see. Not really cold. You know what? Do it as a fame roll, I guess.
Normally, whenever fame is used in the system, you just add it as bonus dice to like a social roll or something like that.
I'm not sure what the role would be to know if you knew someone before him, so if you did, it would have been kind of an old wives' tale that would have been told to you, I guess. So let's do an intelligence, either hearth wisdom or occult, I guess. I hate using occult for this, but I can't.
I mean, it could be politics, which I don't have, but I have both hard wisdom and occult, so.
Yeah, and it's not really politics, because he wouldn't have been a figure involved in your local politics. It just would have been a guy that, like, you know, a couple towns over may have been spoken above 100 years.
And then intelligence, you said?
Intelligence occult, and let's say it's a DC of 8 for you with your...
Oh, 1 success.
You had heard the name Caedlin. Caedlin, you had heard it spoken of with reverence by your own grandfather one time. But you were too young to really understand the context, only that he was a great warrior to be revered. And that your grandfather very much wished he was like.
At this time, my clan name, would it be known? I don't think it would be known as Macduff, right?
That is entirely up to you.
Because, like, they have, here's the thing, there's many different names for them over the years. McGaffey, McPhee, McFly, McDuffie, McDuff.
I'm fine with Macduff if you want.
Okay. I only asked because I was after he does his little, because he was talking, right? He was about to say something, and so after he like gets over his like, oh, how did you know that name? I want to talk to him.
Feel free to interject. He just says, "Who are you?" And he gestures both to Germanicus and then looks at the rest of you.
Callum of Macduff. impression,
Yes,
maybe?
indeed.
Try to make a good impression.
Leadership?
Leadership?
I'm open to other arguments.
Leadership seems to work out. I don't have any dots in it, so it sucks for me, but I can still do it.
I just can't really think of what check would apply here. I mean, you're making a social role, yeah, but your social role is essentially just, I want him to know me, which is kind of why it's the same.
Yeah, I
like,
want to make a good impression. Actually, it's more like I want to make a good impression, and I'm hoping that my name kicks in here. You know,
okay,
my name carries weight, kind of thing. You know.
Let's do a charisma leadership, or alternatively a manipulation empathy. And you can add your fame score as bonus dice.
Alright, I'm gonna do manipulation empathy.
Alright, I'll just say it's a 7. McDuff. Haven't heard the name before. Is that your name? You said?
Is he asking me if that's my name?
Yes.
Clan name.
I think you cut out. Say again?
It's the clan name, right?
Yes, it's the name of your clan.
Yeah, but yes, that is my name. Like, I wouldn't have told him, like, I am Callum McDuff if that wasn't my name.
I have not heard of this clan. My clan is the Howlers. That said, well met.
I'm going to wait for the others to do their introductions.
It seems another friend has died before me, Germanicus says. I am Germanicus of Rum. You, though, he gestures to you, Callum, the werewolf, says, you do remind me of someone. Can't place my finger on it. Where do you hail from? Where do the Macduffs hail from?
We're in the north, right? So, I don't know, we didn't really establish the exact region. It's, actually, I think we did.
Northwest.
It's in the barony of Fife. What is, I don't know what it's called at this time, but at the time, when it becomes like a big major power, it's the barony of Fife. So, I'll just, whatever the current name for that region is, yeah, in the northwest.
I'm not sure what it's called either, so we'll just go with one. Alright, sorry about that. I'm not sure what the region would have been called either, so we'll just call it the Pictures. Ah. Yes. You are among my tainted cousins. We are distantly related. This is my a shame. Anyone else going to introduce themselves?
Yes, give me a moment.
I guess Gaius would come out of the obfuscate and introduce himself as Eduardo, keeping a visible facade.
I am Britta Carve of the Druids. I come here and I honor you on your land, and I make whatever druidic sign would indicate such a tone of deference.
He spits at your feet. Spirit worshiper.
honored living spirit. Bow again, stubbornly.
Why have you come here? Germanicus steps forward. I seek an audience with the Howlers. I am one you know as the Crone, and I wish again to strike the same bargain as I had before, in the time of your fathers. He scoffs. Crone Slayer. I doubt it, but something about you pleases me, tainted. I will take you to Aidwick. He's the oldest of my tribe. Perhaps he will remember you, and if not, he will tear your lying hides apart and wear your skins as we dance beneath tonight's moon. Do you agree?
Remember someone.
Say again?
Oh, nothing. I said he said, at least I'll be remembered somewhere.
Do you agree? Or would you like to run now? Germanicus nods.
Germanicus because like he's the one getting us into this shit. Following his lead, but like he's also putting us in danger. Because I feel like Cal would think he could probably take one of these guys, but like after seeing him, like I already did, but I could probably take one. But if there's more of them, that might be hard. At least that's what Cal thinks.
Does anyone object? Let's put it that way.
No, I silently go and hoist the lighter with my recruit.
Yeah, no objections.
You, however, Eduardo, well,
Yes.
he looks around. I see you not, but I smell rot. I smell worm. You will remain out here.
Aw, shucks.
Wait, is that because he has the worm on his shoulders? Like the literal worm?
He has a literal Fomori on his shoulders? That might be why, yeah.
I don't miss a trick, yo.
No, they're called veins, man. The veins. The warrior when they meld with flesh.
Like this did. What you're wearing? That's a Fomori.
Oh. Oh, you're right. I forgot about that. He's wearing the skin.
And he also was haunted by veins, yes. Kind of like a neon werewolf beacon.
What about Ganesh?
He's been silent this whole time, but he's not wearing anything from the worm, and he is not haunted to.
Yes, not.
Huh? What'd you say?
I was asked if I said, are you there, Marco? And then I was like, oh, I guess not.
Cadwin's form melts again, and he assumes the shape of a white dire wolf. He looks pointedly at your number, and then yips as he jerks his snout into the woods ahead and prances away. Germanicus moves to follow.
I follow as well.
It begins to snow. The white wolf leads you through twisting brush until you reach a small clearing, dotted by crude tents made of animal hide. Glancing inside the tents, you see a mixture of wolves and humans huddled together in piles of fur for warmth. The wolf shakes its head towards a large tent containing a single, sinewy silver wolf, smaller in size and of the others be seen and visibly withered. Despite the species barrier, its icy blue eyes are wizened with age. It seems to stare right through each of you before shaking its head and slowly rising up, his forelegs trembling with the effort. His form shifts and melts as well, leaving before you the oldest man any of you have ever seen, a bag of bones under a white beard that falls well below his waist. With great effort, he struggles to his feet, aided by a now humanoid Kateway. Elder One, before you stand tainted ones turned bloodsuckers. This one claims to be the Crone Slayer. What say you? He pauses for a moment, the old man, and looks Germanicus over quizzically, studying him from head to toe. I remember him, I think. I was but a cub, but it may be true. He is the one. And maybe your prayers have been heard. I will need to speak to the chieftain. To the rest of you, he says, make camp and rejoin us in the next evening. I will speak with the chieftain on your behalf. If he is convinced, he will hear your request. I trust then that your request is the same now as it was in my father's time. Germanicus says, it is. Then you will have an answer tomorrow night. If you are lying, it would be in your best interest to run far from here. The sun may do your kind harm, but the punishment the helpless will visit upon you will be far, far worse. Very well. He turns to depart.
Do you have someone who's a medicine man, maybe, who's awake during the days? I have someone wounded with me, and I'd appreciate if someone could minister to him during the days while he's awake. He's had to rest in a tent all day long while I slumber. But if you have someone here who could check on him, I'd greatly appreciate it. It's not for my well-being, but for his.
Yes, our medicine men are quite good at what they do. I am quite old myself, you see. I can have him ministered to, yes, if you will, but show him to me.
I obligingly bring the entire miter over, and I kneel as close as I can to the old man, because I trained the druids. I think I'm accustomed to being around very elderly folks, so I'm prepared to catch him if he falls. I do my best to anticipate his needs to make sure there's no risk.
You have to bring it quite close for him to even be able to see through his cataracts, but yes, he does eventually see it. Oh, a Latin.
A brave man.
Tainted, but not cursed.
One brave man can turn the tides in any battle. This man didn't deserve to die, and so I didn't let him.
I need not be enlightened by you, young one. I know too well the virtues of some men over others. I will see he is treated well. And would you have him released then?
I would hope that he would stay and train with me and learn with me. I've given him a letter as such. If he chose to flee, well, that would be within his decision. He wouldn't be as brave as I believe, but I believe that he shall stay.
We will treat him, but we will not keep him here. If he wishes to leave, we will allow it. If he awakens and chooses to remain, then he will be here for you tomorrow night for your judgment.
Thank you. I look forward to training him. I hope he does awaken.
else have anything?
Callum will bring the skins and the meat over, set them down, and say, accept these gifts. Please.
How wonderful. You bring tribute as well. Most unexpected. Cursed one. He takes it and sniffs it. A little ripe, but a gift nonetheless. I accept it with my thanks. He bows slightly.
I return the gesture and take leave. Eyeballing Germanicus as we go, seeing if he notices that I helped improve his situation here.
If he notices what?
If he recognizes the appreciation, like does he realize that me offering this gift was helping?
Oh, yes. He does acknowledge it and says, thank you. That may have... Hopefully the old man's memory is... Hopefully it remains intact. But the fact that we brought tribute and did not strike at them when given the opportunity, even when threatened, will probably go a long way towards convincing the elders to hear our plea.
For a moment, I thought we may have to shed blood.
Know this, if it comes time to shed their blood, you will need a silvered weapon.
Silvered, why?
It's part of their curse.
Their kind is vulnerable to silver. It has a poisonous effect. Their wounds, their regenerative powers are incredible. More incredible even than our own. But they cannot regenerate wounds from silver.
To us it is the sunlight, and to them it is the silver, and to the trance it is the axe. I'll have to be mindful.
For now, we might as well make camp. And await our judgment. Over here should be fine. He just points. What say you?
I just kind of shrugged.
Right, with that, we'll make camp for the evening, I guess.
I will ask Germanicus, hey, what exactly is the deal that you risk all of our lives on? I'm not saying I'm necessarily opposed, but I would like to know.
I was thinking the same thing, but I was waiting for a right moment to bring it up. So the fact that she's just jumping right to it, Callum's like, yeah.
The deal I struck with them was that I would slay the crone, and they would aid me in their battle. They would aid me in slaying the crone, and then we would stick to our separate portions of Britain. They would keep to the north, and we, Romans, to the south. I wish to uphold that bargain, slay the crone again, for she has risen, and, in essence, reaffirm our mutual commitment.
Are we away from the ears of the wolves?
Yeah, when he points to an area, it's down a hill, quite a
Okay,
ways.
then-
You have, it's probably a good 20-minute.
Okay, then I ask him, how are you going to control how far the Romans go north? I mean, what if Mithras just says, fuck the wolf, I'm going to go up there and take that land? I mean, are you really going to stand against... I mean, I like standing against him too, but that's the line you'll stand at?
Well, I can't guarantee that.
Oh, okay, I was just checking. So we are bluffing. Okay.
I will convey to Mithras that it is in his best interest to go along with. But, yes, this is a bit of a bluff. I held some authority a century ago. Now, I hold none.
Oh, no, you seem to be holding Mithras's balls pretty well. They seem to feel real comfy right next to you. I smirk at him and give a good-natured slap on the shoulder.
Well, from what I understand, you had best be careful or you'll be the one cupping his balls.
That's fair enough. Alright. Good night's sleep, champ.
Anybody else want to do anything before we make camp?
Guys, we dig a hole wherever he's at.
Okay. If everyone just wants to go ahead and dig a hole, we'll just proceed to the next one. Everyone go ahead and spend a blood. When you next rise, see, the first up was Yin, who is AFK.
You there, Marco? Oh, he's still gone.
Wonderful. Alright, well, when you all next rise, Germanicus is nowhere to be found. Britta still struggles awake out of her torpor, and the earth shakes beneath your feet. It starts with occasional quakes every minute or two, but it quickly increases to a constant low rumble. A low moan echoes on the wind from the west. Just a little way away, and animals break through the brush, heading headlong towards where you've made camp, paying you no mind as they flee the source of the noise and the quakes.
Would it sound anything like battle formations from Gaius' soldier background?
Oh no, this is literal earthquakes.
Okay.
Okay. And my dude is inside the camp where I'm not actually allowed to go until I'm invited, right?
That is very correct.
Okay. Then I draw a card just in case something more intimidating is scared through the brush towards me.
No, but the moaning does increase in intensity towards almost a...
I am, like, alert and waiting to see what would happen if anything approaches us, if the source of this sound becomes visible, anything like that.
If you choose to wait, then what ends up happening is you hear, first of all, the ground just becomes a constant quaking, almost as if the world was in pain or something. And then from about maybe, I would say a 10-minute walk, I'm not sure how long of a jog or a run it would be, away from you, first pops a boulder out of the trees, like out of the tree line, a large boulder, about 5 feet in diameter, atop of which is Germanicus, grasping the hilt of a blade stuck with a yelp and muscle surging with preternatural strength. He slides the blade mere inches out of the stone, and then with a roar, the boulder rises even higher, and you see it hefted aloft on another boulder. More boulders rise to the right and to the left until it looks to be the top half of a humanoid figure has risen out of the earth itself to stand almost 20 feet high. A veritable colossus, the creature radiates a malevolent green aura, with balefire flaring where its eyes are.
I'm kind of standing there staring, mouth agape, like, what the fuck?
We'll close there for the evening.
What was 20-foot colossus?
Huh?
That's one hell of a cliffhanger.
place to start the next one then.
Alright, everyone restore to willpower, and we'll do 7 experience.
Okay.
Alright, if anyone wants to spend any experience, feel free to. Just let me know what you're trying to buy.
I don't know yet. Like, I've got a hefty chunk at the moment, but I don't know what I want to get. I need to think about it.
Okay, that's fine. You cannot train celerity at this point in time because Germanicus is occupied. Other sessions you may be. Alright, anybody have any questions? Otherwise we'll call it for the evening. Next session will be on the 23rd, I believe. Yeah, it'll be the 20th.
I don't have any questions out of character or anything. I have a lot of in-character questions, though. We'll have to explore those next time after whatever this thing is.
Feel free to write them down in roleplay or something like that if you want. That way I can have either more detailed answers for you, or at least that way you won't forget them.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Alright guys, take it easy.
See you.
Good night.
Good night, Steve.